Hello and welcome to a podcast about something where each week we dive deep into whatever it is we find interesting. I'm your host Calvin, and joining me from Moron Mountain this week is your co-host Nick Richardson.
Hey, what's up, man? And listeners.
Nothing. Listeners, go ahead and answer. Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Today we've got a movie superlatives episode, which again, long-running series. Every month we do one of these. We're talking basketball movies.
Yes, and there is so many basketball movies,
There
man.
are a
It's
lot of basketball
ridiculous.
movies. We got a lot of good Twitter feedback, which we'll get to at some point. But I was like, I don't even know some of these basketball movies
Yeah, me
from the Twitter
either.
feedback, which I just great, cool, gave me more stuff to watch. I'm a little upset, we're in the middle of NBA playoffs. That's kind of why I wanted this was a little topical, but the Bucks just lost, so they're down 3-2 right now. Hopefully, by the time this episode airs, they'll have tied it up and it'll be 3-3 going back to Milwaukee. I'm hoping.
3-3.
So go Bucks. Fear the deer.
If you're Giannis, that dude is
Yeah,
a fucking monster.
he's a freak, a Greek freak, if you will. But we're not talking NBA today. We're talking basketball movies. We're giving out awards, made up awards, one award per movie, one movie per award. And as long as somebody played basketball sometime during the movie, I say it counts.
Counts.
So the categories for the awards we're giving out today is the best actual talent by a non-NBA player. So this is just by one person in a basketball movie who actually looked like they could actually play basketball, who wasn't already an NBA player. Ray Allen doesn't count. Shaq doesn't count. Penny Hardaway does not count. Sorry, Michael Jordan, you don't count. Best opponent. So this is for a team, like which opposing team against the good guy team was the best. Best good guy team, and this is relative to the competition. And the most interesting team. So this is the one who had the craziest characters or the best, the most interesting story of how they came together, that kind of thing. And the best goal, where basically what is the team or the person trying to achieve through their basketball playing.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. First one, best actual talent by non-NBA players. I'm going to go first on this one. I picked Denzel Washington in He Got Game.
Fuck, man, I forgot he was even in that movie.
Oh, so good. Such a good movie. Go watch He Got Game if you haven't seen it in a while. Basically, Ray Allen is in this as Jesus Shuttlesworth. He needs to commit to a certain college to get his dad, Denzel Washington, out of jail early because like the warden or the judge is an alumni of that school. And Jesus Shuttleworth is like a basketball prodigy. And if he goes there, they'll win the national championship, blah, blah, blah. A lot of backdoor deals here. But so the movie culminates in a Denzel Washington, young Denzel, versus Ray Allen in a one-on-one game. And Denzel actually held his own in a game with an NBA, at this point, superstar. Like this is pre Ray Allen just spotting up for three with the Miami Heat. This is his Seattle, maybe even his Milwaukee days, when he's like a legit great player. Can
Stepping
do it
up.
all. Yeah.
I could see Denzel, like, training just for that.
Well, so in the script, this is a funny thing that I've learned several times reading it, and I've heard it on Bill Simmons' podcast before because he had Denzel on. The script had Ray Allen winning 11-0 and just like waxing him basically. So Ray Allen just thought it was just going to be this BS game, go out there, score. But then Denzel wasn't having any of that. He scored first. And Ray Allen was like, wait, what the fuck's going on? And like, so Denzel actually held his own, whatever the end score was in the game. Like they legit went at each other and Denzel scored some points on Ray Allen, which is insane to think about.
Most definitely.
My uncle, he used to live in Houston and he somehow knew Mike Woodson, former coach of the Atlanta Hawks, also used to play in the NBA. And like him and his buddy would play, just, go out shoot hoops with him or whatever. And like they were playing 21 with him one time. And he's like, look, I'll spot you guys 19 points and you can have the ball because if I get it, I'm not going to miss. And like, it's just with NBA players, that's why they're in the NBA. They just don't miss shots. And then it happened.
Damn, dude, that's cold.
That legitimately happened to him.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's legit.
All they do all day is play basketball. So they don't, when they're just playing out on a basketball hoop with two, and like my uncle and his friend are not skilled athletes.
Yeah, no
I would
pressure.
say. They've got no chance.
No.
So I always thought that was a funny story, and then just knowing that Denzel held his own in a game with an NBA superstar is crazy.
That is pretty fucking intense, man. Go Denzel.
Who you got here?
I got Jamal Jeffries from Juwanna Man. Reason being, best
I have
actual
never
talent.
seen Joanna Man,
Okay, if you've
but I
never
know.
seen it,
Yeah, give the rundown because it's a great concept.
a
I don't know, great.
dude
Probably
dresses up like a woman and plays in the WNBA. And that's about all I remember from that movie.
I think that's all it is.
That's pretty much. I remember her fake boob. It was Martin Lawrence, and his fake boob came flying out. Like I do
It's
remember
Martin Lawrence.
that.
I thought it was a Wayans brother.
Was it? I'm almost positive it was Martin Lawrence, but I could be completely wrong. Like I said, it's been a while. But Jamal Jeffries got game against the rest of them ladies. I'll tell you what.
All right,
Definitely
way
looked like not in the NBA. Definitely looked like they could have been.
Yeah,
Compared
way to go.
Talent.
Way to go, Joanna Man. I did not expect a Joanna Man appearance in this list. I'm glad we got it. I gotta look up who's in that now.
It's been a minute, dude. I have not seen that.
It really sounds like a Wayans Brothers movie, but I don't know that it is.
Let us know on Twitter, guys.
Yeah, if you know, hit us on Twitter. Hold on, I'm almost there. Great radio here. It is Miguel A. Nunez Jr.
Is it Martin Lawrence?
Not Martin Lawrence. Miguel A. Nunez.
Is the dude?
Yep.
Man, fuck, I don't know where the fuck I got Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence would be way too short to hold his own in a women's basketball game.
He's like a stump, though. You know, he'd bulldoze every single one of them ladies.
I guess.
Bah!
All right, on to the next award. Best opposing team for the good guy team. Who you got?
For the good guy team, I got...
No, best opponent.
Yeah, I got the Monstars.
Hey, we got the same one.
I did pick a specific one.
You picked just one player?
Yes, and I chose Bupkis because
I don't know their names.
I had to look it up. I had to look it up, but I really, really like that name, so I went with that.
Was he the green one or the orange one?
Oh, fuck, I don't even remember.
Because the green one and the orange ones were the dominating ones. They were the Charles Barkley, Larry Johnson ones.
Pretty sure he's, pretty sure he was the orange one.
Okay. I'd buy that. So I picked the whole team because I was taking this as a team thing. So I picked the Monstars from Space Jam. I mean, they literally stole the playing ability of some of the best players in the NBA at the time, as well as the shortest player in the NBA and the tallest player in the NBA. So, I mean, that's good. They got a badass walk-up song in Hit 'Em High. Great song. They had some issues on the coaching side. They could have used a better coach.
Everybody could use a better coach, unless you're Golden State, apparently.
I don't know about that because we're going to get to this next one where the coach is very, very important. So, did you figure out which Monstar that was yet?
It's the purple one.
The purple one. I think that's Patrick Ewing.
He's giant.
Yeah, I think it's the Patrick Ewing one. All right,
nice.
I'd buy that too. He was good too. The Sean Bradley and the Muggsy Bogues ones were not good.
The other three were fine. Them dirty as fuck.
They're beating the shit out of people. Well, they're not very good players. They were just tall and short, respectively.
Fair enough.
So next we got best team relative to their competition. I picked the Richmond High School team from Coach Carter.
Dude, I was hoping you were going to pick Coach Carter.
Love Coach Carter.
Yes, such a good movie. I remember seeing that. I thought it was fantastic, man.
I've never heard anyone say it's bad. Yeah.
No.
And this is an example of how a great coach can make a difference as opposed to the Monstars where the coach held them back a little bit. You know, they lost in the state championships at the buzzer, so you can't hold that against them. But they had some really good all-around players. They had Worm and Damian and Kenyon and Junior, all great, you know, just all-around guys. You got your spot-up three-point shooter in Timo Cruz, and then you got your hustle white guy in Channing Tatum. You got a great team.
Channing Tatum.
And Coach Carter, you know, great coach, pushed him, got him into good shape, showed him that it wasn't all about flash and pizzazz. You know, they shared the ball, they ran up and down, really turned that squad around, graduated some kids who didn't expect to graduate. Way to go, Coach Carter.
Yeah, it absolutely.
Now these guys aren't going to win in the NBA championship, but compared to who they were actually playing, they were the best team out of anyone else, in my mind.
Fair enough. I mean, they were really talented, really good.
Who you got?
I got the small little Indiana high school from Hoosiers.
All right, I'll give you that.
Pretty good team. don't really know it. It's mostly about Gene Hackman getting a shot at redemption.
Another movie where a good coach can make all the difference.
Absolutely. They win the Stady. Apparently it's loosely based on Milan High School. I found that out, and I always thought, this is my dumbass. It's been a while since I've watched Hoosiers.
I've never seen it, so that's why I didn't pick it for anything.
Oh, my dad watched it like once a week when I was growing up. And he loved it. He's Hoosiers' best movie of all fucking time.
I mean, I know it's good and it's a classic. Like, I just haven't done it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not I'm talking about the team here.
Yeah.
Not really necessarily the movie. I don't really like Gene Hackman.
The quality of the movie does not matter in this. That's why Joanna Man was given an award already.
Exactly. Calvin, you read my mind. But I always assumed when I was a kid it was about Indiana, like the college.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure out that it was actually a high school.
For some reason, and this is probably because they are older, but like, I remember when I was a kid, like, people who were supposed to be in high school always looked so much older, and that's because they're using like 25-year-old actors to play high school people.
Yeah, no shit.
But like, even in like Boy Meets World, those guys always seemed like way older than 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, 5 o'clock shadow,
Yeah, it's weird.
Huge biceps and shit. It's like, I remember I didn't have biceps until I was like 16.
I still don't. They don't come in handy in the podcasting game, that's for sure.
They do for them that click, bro. It's all in your bicep game.
So we got Richmond and Hoosiers. All right, Coach Carter and Hoosiers getting the best teams. I like that. That's about as good as we could have done. So most interesting team. Your turn to go first.
By far, the Flint, Michigan Tropics.
Oh,
from Semi-Pro.
Think of Semi-Pro. Damn,
yes,
good
dude.
pick. Good pick. Coffee Black.
Yeah, I love that movie.
They invented the alley-oop.
They invented the alley-oop. That was just, I remember seeing that in theaters, and it was the wildest movie I've ever seen.
I didn't like it. That was one of those ones that I didn't like the first time I saw it, but then like the more you watch it and you pick up more and more of the jokes, like it's hilarious.
Yeah, and you pick up more. I love the way Woody Harrelson plays comedic roles.
Mm-hmm.
And he does
Woody
really
Harrelson's great
well.
and everything.
Oh yeah, dude.
He
does really well.
Literally almost anything with Woody Harrelson.
I actually watched Zombieland the other day. My wife was like, "This movie's good." That was a good movie.
It was fine. Like it's not a rewatcher for me, but it was good for the one time I saw it.
Yeah, I threw it on mostly because Jesse Eisenberg.
Coming out with a sequel, I think.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know if I feel it.
I also have a problem sometimes when people say Zombieland, my mind goes to Adventureland at the same time because that's Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart, and I hate
also
Kristen Stewart
movie.
So much. So like in my mind, they're like halfway meshed together. So I'm like, oh, Zombieland, I don't really like that. And then I think about it, I'm like, oh wait, no, Zombieland's the like kind of good one with Emma Stone and Abigail Breslin and Jesse Eisenberg, like, and Woody Harrelson. Like, those are all good people that I like.
Yeah.
Adventureland's the one that I don't really like.
Not good. The teenage angst was too much.
Yeah. And then Ryan Reynolds is banging like a 15-year-old or something. Yeah, that was weird.
Fucking creepy. I could see him doing that though. Sick fuck.
I like Ryan Reynolds. Let's not start fights with Deadpool here.
Pikachu.
And Pikachu, yeah. Yeah. Shout out Pikachu. You see that movie yet?
Nope.
Me neither. You going to?
Nope.
Really? You're not
maybe
Pokemon
on maybe on DVD. I'm not going to the theater.
Oh no.
Fuck all that.
So my most interesting team was the duo of Billy Hoyle and Sidney Dean from White Men Can't Jump.
Dude, you bastard. That was who I really wanted to pick, but
Well, no, that's good that we didn't both pick them.
Yes, I totally agree, but
I like the Flint Tropics better. Can we just switch answers?
No, because I have an answer later on that applies. And as you all know, we have rules to the superlative deal.
Too. You can't pick the same movie twice. So yeah, you got the great fundamentals of Billy Hoyle mixed with the flashy style of Sidney Dean. You know, great team up there. You got to have a little bit of both to win on the mean streets of Venice Beach. And then you just got the white guy who looks like he can't play. This is the perfect setup to hustle everybody.
Fucking balling outrageous over here.
Yeah. And, you know, Woody Harrelson really looked like he could play basketball.
I could see that.
Wesley Snipes, not so much.
Shit. Wesley Snipes looks like he can't do much besides, do
Wesley
one or
Snipes,
two kicks.
Maybe one of the worst athlete actors. Like, worst at actually portraying athletes in a believable way. Because, like, he was... in Major League, he was Willie Mays Hayes, and like I heard this thing the other day. They couldn't actually like shoot him doing it. They had to use stunt doubles or use weird angles of everything because he couldn't do anything skills wise in baseball. And baseball is like super easy skills wise.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the easiest of the 13 big ones.
Yeah, and
But
it's the same thing here. Like any basketball shot, it's like him just doing super slow mo to make sure he gets it right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You notice that a little bit in Blade.
Yeah,
his choreography is not good.
Like I think he's athletic.
Dude, he's jacked.
Like I think he's athletic. Like he has muscles and can probably run, but like just actual skills wise athleticism, like I don't think he can do anything. Which he's an actor. I mean, he probably never had to as he was growing up. He was probably in acting classes and things like that. He probably didn't play many sports, but like Jesus,
didn't play it on the streets.
You gotta have some kind of talent.
Yeah,
guess not.
I mean, naturally, especially if you're fit as shit, you'd think.
Yeah, you'd think fit. That's what the word I was looking for. Like he's fit, but he's not athletic.
No, he seems really stiff. Yeah. Or Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Blade's good.
Yeah, it's all right. First two are pretty decent.
Yeah. Okay. We're not here to talk about vampire movies. That will not be a coming movie superlatives because I'm afraid I would have to give an award to Twilight, and I refuse.
It's shittiest movie right there.
I'm pretty sure the only vampire movies I've seen are the 3 Blades and the 4 Twilights, so I don't know that I can go down that road.
You poor bastard.
I'm not a big fan of vampires and zombies. Just don't do it for me.
28 Days Later.
Not a fan. Not for me. But again, this is basketball movies. Best overall goal. What was the person or team reaching for? My pick, Love and Basketball.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, fantastic movie. It's a little long. It's like 2.5 hours long. It's rough.
For a basketball movie?
Yeah, it's got some slow parts in the middle. You got Omar Epps, who talking about Wesley Snipes. He replaced Wesley Snipes in Major League for Major League 2. He actually does seem like he has athletic skills. He's like one of the few actors that like can pull it off in a believable way. So we got him and Sanaa Lathan, and basically they're playing for each other's love.
No.
There are scenes where they go one-on-one and basically put their relationships on the line in these one-on-one games. There are one-on-one games where they put sex on the line. There's just no greater motivator in life and in basketball than love. And this movie does a good job of portraying that.
That sounds kind of interesting. Might watch that on a dull evening to kind of liven
You're going to need it. I haven't watched it. It's one of my favorite basketball movies, but it's so long and there are kind of boring parts in the middle where you just zone out. I haven't watched it in a while, but it's a very good movie if you have the time for it.
I'll have to check that out. Hopefully my little kid will sit through most of it.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to start betting my wife like everything. Be like, yeah, I'll bet my love on you getting a pizza instead of a one-on-one pass.
Well, no, they were betting in. They were in other relationships and played a one-on-one game, basically for the dude to leave his long-term relationship to be with her after he tore his ACL. They both make it to the NBA and WNBA respectively too, so they're actually very good at basketball, and that's why it keeps coming down to that. It tells the story. They meet when they're kids. She moves in his neighborhood, and like him and his little friends are playing on a basketball court together. And she comes over to play with them, and they're like, "Oh, you're a girl, you can't play," blah blah blah. You know, that whole thing that kids do. And then it forwards to them in high school playing at the same high school, but on separate teams, obviously. And then they both go to USC and play for the teams there. And then he makes the NBA, tears his ACL. She makes the WNBA, and they just kind of keep coming, even if they're together or not together, they keep coming back into each other's lives through basketball and through love.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, actually. I wish, really my relationship with the WNBA player I knew kind of turned out that way. That'd be cool.
Was it Elena Deladon?
No, it's Alex Harden.
I've heard of her.
Yep, she went to my high school.
Shout out.
Yeah, she was actually really, really sweet. She's always been fantastic at basketball and track, but she's always a real sweet kid. All right.
Well, good luck. What team does she play for?
I have no idea. Right. I just know she's in the WNBA. I didn't want to be like, this person I barely know. I'm going to keep up on her life. I don't want to be that guy that's like, hey, man.
Oh, well, I know Alex Harden because you mentioned it.
I know Alex Harden, bro. But I'm just saying she was cool. She
Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah.
There you go.
She's making bank now, I'm sure. Yeah, that would have been cool. Hey, if you wanna, we could live in Vegas. That'd be great. It's really hot here, but whatever. You're a WNBA player.
All right, so what do you got for best goal?
Best goal. I'm gonna go back to White Men Can't Jump,
All right.
and I'm guessing you know what I'm talking about.
I
Billy
honestly don't
Sinks,
remember their goal. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I've only seen it once.
Basically, him and Wesley Snipes' character, kind of work out a deal to get his girl on Jeopardy, who is obsessed with
right.
Jeopardy.
Rosie Perez.
Yep, and he kind of does him bogus. So Billy basically has to bet that he can sink a hook shot from beyond half court, and he does.
He nails it. Yeah.
Yep, she gets on there and wins 14 G's, which back then in the early
late
90s, I want to say,
yeah,
was
late
it?
80s, early 90s, somewhere around there.
Woody Harrelson still has a lot of hair, so I'm gonna say
that's true.
late 80s probably, but that's a lot of money, 14 grand.
Yeah, for a couple
You buy like
30 minutes of work.
Yeah, top flight brand new car probably back then. Now 14
right.
grand will get you.
Way to go, Rosie Perez and Woody Harrelson for helping her get there.
Woody Harrelson, you dog.
It wasn't just that he was helping himself; he was helping her.
It's a win-win-win.
Win. So at the end, after we give out all our awards, we like to talk about any extra things, any categories that you think we missed that we can talk about here.
Best sneakers.
Ooh, that would be a good one. Like Mike.
Yeah, like Mike. That's the first one that comes to mind.
10-year-old play like a NBA player.
Like Michael Jordan, bro. Not just any NBA player.
Oh yeah,
the greatest.
I guess.
The GOAT.
I had the worst actual skills, which we already talked about this a little with Wesley Snipes, just having absolutely no athletic ability. Another one that I would have nominated there would be Channing Tatum in Coach Carter, because he had no idea how to play basketball.
Yeah, stick to wrestling, bro.
And the other is the craziest basketball movie, like just the weirdest everything in a movie that has basketball.
Basketball.
Good choice. But not really a basketball. I mean, technically a basketball. It's a completely different game. Great movie, though.
You can spell basketball with basketball, though.
I guess.
My logic is sound, bro. Quit arguing with me.
Basketball is a fantastic movie and very crazy. Mine was Slam Dunk Ernest from the Ernest series of films.
What? I didn't even know they had that.
So it's kind of like Mike. He gets these first of all, there's this. He's a janitor and he works with all these other janitors who play in like this men's league, right? So like for some reason, this men's league based in Charlotte gets to play the Charlotte Hornets in their men's league championship. And if somebody plays good enough, well, maybe they'll get to make the Hornets team. Super weird. But these guys, they're not very good, and they have to have Ernest on their team because they just need an extra guy, and there's like 6 of them that work with the janitors, so he goes with them. And like somebody gets injured, so he has to play, and he's just terrible, and he fucks everything up. And then one of the janitor guys, like his kid wants these shoes, like these $200 shoes, right? And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's in it as this magic angel thing. It's super insane. And so the kid wants to steal the shoes because his dad can't afford them because he's a janitor. But like at the same time, he owns it's not just he's a janitor, he owns a cleaning company that's like hired by the mall to clean the mall every night. So like I would think that'd bring in some pretty good bank for the owner, but that's neither here nor there.
Especially because he's hiring illegals. You know it.
Maybe, I don't know. So the kid wants him. He tries to steal him. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as an angel like shoos him away. But then Ernest somehow gets him, but they're magic. So then they're magic, and he can play really good, and he can jump really high and run really fast. So he just runs circles around everything. Again, it's pretty much like Mike, but it's an Ernest movie, and it came before Like Mike. So he gets these magic shoes. He's doing all this crazy stuff, and they make it to the championship where they get to play against the Charlotte Hornets. And he has to choose to give the shoes up, basically, and let his boss, the owner of the company, be the best player on the team. And they get trounced by the Hornets, obviously, but he makes the Hornets team, I think, at the end of the movie. Not Ernest, but the other guy. And I'm just like, this is just like a 40-year-old dude. How does he get to be on the Hornets?
He's got skills to pay the bills, bro.
And again, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in this movie as an angel.
I honestly, I normally would say I'd love to check that out, but I hated the Ernest
You
series of
didn't like the
movies.
Ernest movies?
I can't stand that motherfucker. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
it's I I don't think I could ever watch one now. Maybe only this one because like this was the only one that we owned. We had it on VHS and we watched it so many times, so like I have nostalgia for it. So maybe I could watch this one, but I know I
Nice.
would not be able to make it through any of the other ones.
Yeah, I can't stand it, guys.
So another question: what is the best part for you of a basketball movie?
Working towards that goal, like in Coach Carter, where he's training them up and stuff. I
Mm.
always think those are great. I think it's fun to see
It's like the
them.
training montage as the team's getting better, kind of thing.
Yeah, and just kind of, I think that's when it goes from opening, like meeting and greeting type shit for the first quarter of the movie to actually knowing each other and they start to have chemistry and jive and shit like that.
Yeah,
So it's just a more enjoyable movie for me after that point.
yeah, I get that. Mine is always the big speech by the coach to bring the team together and really, because usually you got like a ragtag team, and you see it in Coach Carter, even in Space Jam. I think you get one in White Men Can't Jump at some point where Billy Hoyle kind of builds Sidney Dean back up. Like there's just these scenes where the team's kind of down on their luck, and the coach or one of the players has to give a rousing speech to bring everyone together. Those are always really good speeches. I'm sure
Yeah,
there's a great one in Hoosiers, but again, I haven't seen that movie.
it's been a long time. I couldn't tell you, buddy.
There's not one in Slam Dunk Ernest, I can tell you that.
I would mute it every time if there
It's such a good
was.
movie. You guys really check out Slam Dunk Ernest.
I'm there, bro. Is it like Hellraiser Bloodlines good? Or what are we talking here?
No, I think it's definitely it's like Transformer Revenge of the Fallen good.
I'm there. Sign me up.
You'll definitely laugh during it.
That's all I need. That's all I want.
So my other thought was that I haven't seen a good basketball movie in a while. Are we just out of good basketball stories to tell? Is there more there?
There's only so many ways you can shape basically the same story.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're kind of there for the time being.
I guess Semi Pro might be the last good one, and that
I
was
mean,
kind
that's
of
not
they
even
did a
good. That's like
different
a 5 out of 10.
yeah. Well, and they told a different type of story. I mean, I guess they told because it's usually like the ragtag group comes together, Coach Carter, Space Jam, White Men Can't Jump, that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
or Magic Basketball Power, Space Jam, like Mike, Thunderstruck, Slam Dunk Ernest. I I just I don't know how interesting these stories are in basketball anymore because we have these better versions of them that exist already.
Yeah, I mean, I'd much rather just turn on the Golden State Warriors than
Well, that's true.
watch any basketball movie that I've ever witnessed, especially if they're playing really well. Because then it's just lights out. You can't even
Yeah.
recreate that on a big screen. Not even worth trying.
And we're at this level of NBA viewership where like it's always interesting to watch, and you can jump in and jump out. You can follow it on Twitter, all this stuff. So like I feel like the NBA is more interesting now than it was in the late 90s, early 2000s when we were getting all these good basketball movies. Like it was just Jordan winning or the Lakers winning at that time. Like, okay, that's fine. I want to hear more interesting stories, but like now with the way the players are on social media and towards each other and how open they are about things, like it's honestly more fun to watch them than it would be to watch a movie
Oh,
trying to do
absolutely.
the same things. And again, they're
Much
much
better
better
players.
players.
Real players.
I would also like to see more of like the personal individual basketball stories, like in He Got Game, Love and Basketball, even Coach Carter. We get it a little bit. It's more about the coach than the team. Like I just basketball lends itself to these kind of personal stories because the players are kind of always front and center. Superstars exist, and like one player can make a big difference. So if you just focus on one player, you can tell a story through that player rather than the whole team. And like you can't do that in a football movie or a baseball movie because the whole team has to exist for a team to be successful. Where in basketball, if you have LeBron James on your team, you're going to make the playoffs because he exists. I mean, well, not this year because the
Yeah,
Lakers
no
were a
shit.
dumpster
I
fire,
mean,
but the Cavs in past years have not had a lot of
yeah,
talent and
no.
they
How
still
did
made the
they
playoffs.
win a championship within the past decade? I don't really know. Besides having Kyrie Irving.
So boxing movies do a good job of that too, of telling the personal story because it's just one guy versus the world. I would like to see kind of some of these concepts that go into boxing movies come into
I'd
basketball
just
movies
have higher
more.
stakes. I mean, Like, I could totally
Right.
watch a guy trying to come back into the NBA. Like, I could watch that. Good drama about that.
Maybe like a gambling scandal, like a college kid who gets caught up in a, throwing games kind of thing.
Totally watch that.
Shaving points. That'd be good. Yeah. Come on, basketball movie creators.
Hit us up.
Let's work.
Write me a check. I will
let's get
deliver
some
a
good
movie
movies.
that's better than Ernest.
Thunderstruck?
Yes. Ernest doing something.
All right, let's go to our Twitter. Our question today, our poll was, what is your favorite basketball movie? The options were Space Jam, which is Suck It VCR Kids, got 57% of the vote. Space Jam rules.
Space Jam does rule.
Love and Basketball got 12% of the vote. He Got Game got 10% of the vote. And then Other got 21% of the vote, and we'll read some comments. But what is your all-time favorite?
Basketball movie?
Yeah.
Probably Space Jam.
Nice. I love Space
It's
Jam.
such a good movie.
It's just a fun romp. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but it's super fun.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great ride, and it'll be something that
And
I
it
can't wait
doesn't
to show
make
my
sense
daughter.
in such an exciting way.
And the way they use all the characters that I grew up with, it was really
You got Bill Murray in there for some reason.
because
Daffy Duck.
Bill Murray, and what's her name? Not Bugs Bunny.
Lola Bunny?
Yeah, Lola Bunny apparently looks like a
Lola
smoke
Bunny
show.
was a baller, man.
Yeah, I mean she balls outrageous and is a Jessica Alba lookalike, but a bunny.
But a bunny. Mine, I think, is Love and Basketball.
Right on.
It's probably a toss-up between that and Coach Carter. I love Space Jam, and it's always fun to watch. But, I need a better movie to claim my favorite, I think.
Yeah, Coach Carter's pretty good.
Coach Carter is a lot easier to rewatch than Love and Basketball because it's not quite so long and drawn out. So it's a close between those two, I think.
Those are a fitting two, good sir.
Let's hear some thoughts from Twitter.
Twitter?
Shout outs here. At Big Dan _BTG. He said Sunset Park and Coach Carter. I don't know what Sunset Park is. I looked it up. It looks kind of weird. But all right, that's cool.
I'll take your word for it.
At Breaker6696 voted for Eddie, which was the Whoopi Goldberg becomes the coach of a team. Super weird movie.
I imagine with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, I saw it. I couldn't tell you anything that happens other than Whoopi Goldberg's the coach of a basketball team.
Sounds like all I need to know.
At I Have So Many Pod, the I Have So Many Questions podcast gets a vote for Hoosiers in there.
Hoosiers.
Obviously. Our True Crime podcast at Our True Crime Pod, Airbud.
Yes, dude. How did we not
I'm surprised that
mention
didn't win
Airbud?
any awards. That's not the most interesting team.
Damn.
They got a fucking dog on their team.
Dog who later gives birth to miraculous, or he doesn't give birth, but later
As Space Buddies comes out, yeah, there's all kinds of things.
soccer players, and they're just a really talented family.
Yeah. Airbud's got some skills. He can do anything.
Shout out Airbud. That's a good one.
The Murderous Miners podcast at Killer Kids Pod. White Men Can't Jump.
Very nice.
Great movie.
Very nice.
VCR Kid. The VCR Kids at VCR Kids. They asked why Airbud wasn't on our original poll. I mean, we got to whittle it down to 3 choices. And they voted for Finding Forrester, which not more of a chess movie than a basketball movie, I think. But, whatever.
We'll let it slide. You guys are cool. We like you.
Through. Yeah, we like the VCR Kids, so we'll let it go. I think they had a real vote at somewhere. Oh, Hoop Dreams. Hoop Dreams was a real vote for them.
Never heard of that either.
That's a really super long one, and I think it's part documentary. I've never seen it, but I've wanted to. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
Why the fuck are all these basketball movies why? They're like Lord of the Rings in scope.
Yeah, it's rough. Boy Meets World at Boy Meets World is a great podcast about Boy Meets World. You should check them out. Votes for basketball.
Nice.
Which, again, not sure if it counts because it's a completely different sport, but great movie nonetheless. No Context podcast votes for Basketball Diaries. You ever see that one with Leo?
I not seen it, but I've read the back of the cover 20 times.
Super tough watch.
Yeah,
it's really good, but it's hard to watch.
I read at the video store, and it's just yeah, this sounds like it's not my style.
And here's one that I wish I'd thought of: the Geeky Retro Nerds show, Teen Wolf.
Yes, I actually had Teen Wolf originally as best talent,
best player. Yeah,
but
he was good, man.
He cheated.
That's true.
He's
got those Wolf PEDs going on.
You can't have that.
Nevin Webster gets another vote for Space Jam. He says the Space Jam website is one of his earliest memories, and the references in Looney Tunes, how could it not be the best? Again, agree completely.
Yes.
VCR kids, you can suck it. Space Jam rules.
Suck.
And I have just a ongoing animosity towards the VCR kids because they did a Space Jam episode and none of them liked it. It's a great podcast. Listen to them, but none of them liked Space Jam, and it was a real tough look because that was the first episode I listened to, and I was like, "Come on, guys!"
Damn, how do you not like Space Jam? Are they communists?
They must be.
Do we need
the Cooking with Grief podcast gets a vote for Coach Carter in there.
Very nice.
Good. Pop Culture Review, Hoosiers, Teen Wolf, and Basketball Diaries get 3 votes in there. Good for you.
3 heaviest.
Maniac. Hashtag Maniac at Die Youngish gives another vote for Hoop Dreams. We got another vote for Space Jam from Alicia Marlene. Another vote for Space Jam from the Online Warriors podcast. A lot of Space Jam votes here. Chris Ryerson with the Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
Huh.
Anyone?
Never heard
Don't
of
know what that one's about. No. Check it out. Then we got another Hoop Dreams from Clouded Mysteries, and one last White Man Can't Jump from Ross W. Brown. So thank you everyone for voting and giving comments. I know it gets a little boring if you're listen to us just read Twitter comments, but again, if you guys are going to talk to us, we want to shout you out and say thank you.
Of course, we appreciate that so much, guys.
And Space Jam rules.
Space Jam rules. Suck it.
So does Love and Basketball. If you haven't seen Love and Basketball, watch it because it's awesome.
You've convinced me.
But give yourself 3 hours because it's a tough one.
I will find 3 hours.
Another last minute vote for Space Jam. Space Jam with clapping hands.
Dang.
From the Always the Critic movie podcast.
I trust their judgment. Always the Critic movie podcast. You guys would know better than anybody.
You got clapping hands in there.
Shit.
Gotta mean it.
Shit.
You got anything else on basketball movies?
I have found a bunch of new basketball movies to watch. I did not.
Slam Dunk Ernest is on the top of that list, right?
Dude, it's way beyond the top of my list. I already have it bought.
I really hope you watch it because I really want to hear your reactions.
I'm gonna text you.
We're gonna have to do a follow up of just Slam Dunk Ernest talk.
Oh god damn it. Yeah, that's about it for me in basketball movies. There's a lot of them, and I did not realize that I had not seen as many as I thought. I thought there were like 12 basketball movies.
Nah, there's like 600.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking basketball movies.
And then if you start to include stuff where there's like one scene of people playing basketball, like you could have thrown Amazing Spider-Man in there because he grabs that ball and dunks from half court.
Yeah, shatters the rim.
Basketball movie, boom. Take that, Flash Thompson.
This is a very slippery slope, sir. No,
yeah.
Thank God we did not
let's
abuse that power.
Yeah, let's not go down the slippery slope. This was kind of a quick episode. I think we probably wanted it to be quick because we just spent an hour and a half talking about Game of Thrones. Check out the whole War Get To Me series. It's on our regular feed. It's also on Patreon. But so this had to be a little shorter because Game of Thrones has consumed a lot of our headspace lately, I think.
A ton. And probably yours too.
And now it's over.
And
yeah,
now our watch has ended, y'all.
That's not what we don't do that here.
Well, I can still say it.
I guess we talk about people following us on Twitter at APA something, visiting our website, podcastaboutSomething.com. You can donate to us on there. If you go to the About page, there's a donate button. You can also go to Patreon and subscribe there. We got a bunch of cool stuff there.
Tons.
On Patreon. Patreon.com/a-podcast-about-something.
And, even if it's not a monetary deal, those likes, those retweets, those reviews on iTunes, and all those.
We love it all.
We love that so much, guys.
Comments on the tweets, just any conversation we can get going, either around our shows, upcoming shows, past shows, anything. Let us know what you feel. We're here for it. We like to hear it.
Love it.
So thank you for listening. Thank you, as always, to those cats for providing all the music for a podcast about something.
And you guys stay sassy.
Stay classy.